Robert Plank Show, Episode 30. 3 Proven Internet Business Models That Make Money. How's it going? I'm Robert Plank from The Robert Plank Show, where we talk about making money online. If you don't know me, I used to be a computer programmer, and that kind of had its own glass ceiling, income cap. So I took control of my own destiny, created my own software, plugins, training courses, and I've been at that for several years now, building and growing a business online, and that's what I want you to do as well. And so today we're going to talk about these 3 proven internet business models that make money, and I'll just list them to you right now. Number 1 is going to be this thing called Amazon FBA. Number 2, fixed term membership site with a done-for-you upsell. And number 3, Facebook traffic. And the cool thing about these things we're going to mention and go into detail on today is you can use all the above, just one, just two. It's entirely up to you. And you know what? That's a good jumping off point, because I see people who have fallen between one of the two extremes. The extreme of either, let's just call it, call them a repeater, and someone else who, let's just call them a scatterbrain, just to use kind of mean terms. But we're not talking about you, that's for sure. But I find that people can't get out of their own way, full of self-sabotage, and the first step to fixing that is admitting you have a problem. So we see people who are either stuck as a blind copycat, or they're a scatterbrain chicken with their head cut off. So here's what I mean. We have a membership course called membershipcube.com. And in that, we teach you how to set up a website, how to install a membership plugin, take payments, add a sales letter, all these cool things. And a lot of people already have ideas for niches, or they have existing websites, and they'll say, well, I want to make a course on bird watching. I want to make a course on how to get in shape, how to do a one-finger push-up. I want to do a course on how to play guitar. All great things, right? And in that course, we start off saying, well, here's how you choose a niche. Take these steps to narrow it down. Now build off of that. And they will copy our Membership Cube course. And I'm thinking, well, that's not what we told you. We told you to choose your own niche, and you can start off with 5 or 10 ideas, and then using our checklist, you narrow it down. And once you have that decided, then it's time to switch gears and go into technical mode, which means blindly follow what we say. Click this, do that, install that. And then you switch back to artistic mode and name your site and decide on your angle of attack and think about what kind of sales copy you're going to write and plan out your modules. But they have, let's just say they have difficulty adapting, adjusting, switching these gears, and they'll copy our exact course. They'll say, well, I see your course, you have a course on membership sites, I'll just make that, when they themselves have no knowledge or even passion on membership sites. If your passion and your knowledge is on dog training, I'd rather you make a sales letter and a membership site on dog training, because you're going to stick with that. And what they'll do is they'll register a domain name similar to ours and make the sales copy almost identical and say, look, Robert and Lance, aren't you so proud of me? I did this exactly as you said. And we said, well, no, we told you to start off with your own niche, with your own passion. And so that's the one extreme, where they can't help being at all creative. And the danger that you fall into there is you end up doing the bare minimum. And I think that, I don't know which one causes the other, but it just turns into, well, you're not even putting any thought into it, and you're plowing through it as fast as possible, and all you can do is copy. And you don't want to be too crazy, but you want to model what works and then add in your own secret sauce. So we see the repeaters, and on the other end of the spectrum are the scatterbrains, to use a mean term, but it just basically means that we say, we'll use this exact membership plugin because that's what works. They go off and use a different one because they want to be different. We say, okay, that's fine. Use a white background because that's what is easier. They go off and make a black background. We say make a 4-module course for your site. They go and make a 5-module course just to be different. And it starts off where I can understand they're trying to be unique and special, but they turn into this person who just does the opposite and is a contrarian for the sake of being a contrarian. And you know what? I'm not saying that that's a bad kind of thing at all, because that's what led you to you being here listening to this podcast. You being unsatisfied, unhappy, unfulfilled with your current situation caused you to take a different course of action than the average zombie out there. And that's a good tool to have in your arsenal, but when that's all you do, it becomes a crutch. So being too much of a repeater, or on the other end, too much of a scatterbrain, there's a certain time and a place for certain things, right? You got to pick your battle. So I want you to just think about that for a second. Think about, why you got into internet marketing in the first place. If it was just for money, if it was a better future for you and your family. Think about the people. First of all, pick a niche, right? Like we listed a few: dog training, organic gardening, playing chess, things like that. Places where other people are already making money, so you can just model, not copy, but model in their footsteps. So those people in your niche, well, think about what do they want. So do people playing chess need and want an iPhone app that will help them out in that area? Do people who are in stock trading, do they need some kind of a paid community where they can go in and get stock advice and stock help and things like that? Do people playing guitar need some kind of a DVD set that teaches guitar in a special way? Do they need one-on-one personal coaching over the internet? Think about what do they want and build a better mousetrap compared to what is already out there, okay? So let's talk about this first business model, this thing called Fulfilled by Amazon, and you can find out all about that kind of stuff at our site called dropshipceo.com, dropshipceo.com. So, Fulfilled by Amazon. So, you're familiar with this thing called eBay, right? I hope you are. So eBay means that you can go to this site and you can search for Spider-Man comics. And you'll find all kinds of people who've listed their Spider-Man comics for sale. And usually it's an auction, so you bid on it, and someone else might outbid you, and you have to increase your bid. And after a while, the auction ends, and then you pay them money. They send you the Superman comic. Or did I say Spider-Man or Superman? I don't know. Let's say Superman and Spider-Man, just to mix it up. So that's what eBay is, right? And anybody can buy or sell on eBay. So Amazon, in a way, has kind of knocked off eBay. So the site called Amazon.com, you can go there and buy just about anything. You can buy computer equipment, pet supplies, grocery stuff, books, CDs, movies, all that good stuff. And the cool thing about Amazon is that just like eBay, anyone can sell on Amazon. And I'll prove it to you. Go and search for anything on Amazon, and when you go to buy something, it usually says you can just click on the buy button, or it might say it's available from these four sellers in new condition, these 7 sellers in used condition. So you can click on that and you can actually choose who to buy from. So you go to buy, shampoo, a certain brand of shampoo, and you can choose to just go with what Amazon recommends. Sometimes you can buy right from Amazon, or if not, there are different sellers who all are selling it at different prices. Some of them offer free shipping, and so this is called the Amazon Seller Program, and literally you can take any new or used book around your house. And you can, by using this Amazon Seller Program, you can list that book for sale on Amazon. And a lot of people just list it for 1 penny, and then it's, $7 or $8 shipping. So you might find, let's say a Danielle Steele novel laying around the house. You might find 50 Shades of Grey laying around the house and say, I'm done with this book, I want to sell it. List it on Amazon, and if it doesn't sell, no problem. You don't have to do anything. But if someone goes to Amazon, browses, and says, okay, I want to buy this, and they might pick you specifically, or they might just click the button, and you might be the only person who has it in stock. So then you get an email saying, all right, this has been sold, now ship it to this person. So you use your printer and you print out a shipping label. You don't have to pay for it because the customer paid for it. It's Amazon's special label. You put it in an envelope, and you put it in the mail and mail off this used book. And that's how a lot of people have actually made their first sale online. So this is called being an Amazon seller, and that's all great, but is that scalable? No. Just like having an eBay business is not scalable, because what if you make 1,000 sales a day at $10? If you sell 1,000 things a day, that means you have to keep track of all that inventory. You have to print out 1,000 labels. You have to put them in 1,000 different packages. You have to put 1,000 items in each of the packages and bring all those 1,000 items to the post office. And if you make $1 profit per item, well then congratulations. Now you have a more than full-time job with a minimum wage income. Not fun. But there's this thing called Fulfilled by Amazon, which means that you can mail your physical products, physical items, to Amazon's warehouse, and you pay the shipping for that, but it's pretty cheap. You can load up tons of things in a giant box. Amazon gets it, unpacks it, catalogs it, sits in their warehouse until it is sold. And you can, adjust the price that you're selling and do a special and things like that. But the cool thing about this is that when those items get sold, if the buyer has this thing called Amazon Prime, they can get that item sent with free 2-day shipping. Okay? So that's what FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon, is. And that just means that you can load up the shopping cart full of stuff, put it in a cardboard box, mail it to Amazon, and then if you mail all those things at once. And if you make, just to have a crazy extreme example, if you make 1,000 sales in a day, then that's Amazon's problem. And sure, they'll take a percentage here and there, but what we do is in our Dropship CEO course, we show you how to there's a special iPhone app. You go to some of these discount stores, scan a few items, pick them up, and there's certain criteria we use, and the biggest one is that we buy things that sell on Amazon for 3 times the price. So that means if I see something at some of these discount stores like a Walmart, a Costco, a Big Lots, that's selling for $5 at Big Lots, and on Amazon selling for $6, I don't want to send that in. Why? Because first of all, there's my time. It might cost like $1 or so to ship it in. Amazon might take $3 or $4 out of that commission, so you end up losing money, right? But if you find something that sells for triple what you can get it for, then you'll basically double your money. And no income's guaranteed, it's up to you, all that good stuff. But if you see something that's selling for $5 on the shelf, that's selling on Amazon for $15, then you can just roughly expect to get $10 back. So double your money, and that means if you mail in $1,000 worth of inventory, and if you follow our checklist, right, this is one of those times where you being a repeater, then you send all those things in, and if you send in $1,000, you can expect to get $2,000 back, and then so that means you've just profited $1,000. So that's a good place to start, this thing called scanning, but then that only scales so much because, well, how much is a shopping cart worth? $200 worth? So you're telling me that if I want to make all this money, I have to keep loading up shopping carts full of stuff? And what's also cool is that UPS, I think for $6, they will pick up packages from your house, which is pretty awesome because the other day I sent, I think, like 120 pounds worth of items in all these giant boxes for $6. They picked them up, and that was all great. And most of those items I've sold already. So you can scan items and find a good deal, and just buy out the inventory of some of these discount stores, mail them in, and then when your inventory on Amazon's end has run out, you just buy more, send more stuff in. That's a great place to start. And in our Dropship CEO course, we then take you to the next level, which is getting your own physical item private labeled. Here's what I mean, is that we found this like fire starter spark stick kind of item, where you can rub this stick against stuff and it'll spark and start a fire, like if you're camping and things like that. Well, these items sell for $13 to $15, and they cost under $1 to make. And the more you buy from the manufacturer, the cheaper it is for you. So you can put in an order from some of these manufacturers for 100 items, 1,000 items, 5,000 items, get a huge box shipped to you, even with your brand on it, and then you can, just to simplify it, send it into Amazon. It sits in their warehouse, and then as these items sell, then Amazon just tells you, oh, cool, check it out. All these things sold, we collected the money, we shipped it in the mail, all done. Your job is done as soon as those items hit Amazon's warehouse. And so this is a way better way of making money compared to eBay, and the reason why we like sites like eBay and Amazon is because they have built-in traffic, but not just any traffic, buyer traffic. Everyone on Amazon is probably looking to buy something. If someone goes onto Amazon.com and they search for fire starter stick, chances are they're looking to buy a fire starter stick. And I mean, you can private label any kind of items like, kitchen equipment, water bottles, and we have a checklist and a criteria for that inside our course at dropshipceo.com, where we teach you how to make money using Amazon's seller program. So we start off with you go in, you take this iPhone app and scan items, send them in, and then once you have made some initial money there and scaled that, then it's time to make it even cooler, make it even bigger, and get your own physical product created. And I mean, this is this program we looked into at first because we had all these books, like boxes and boxes of books from an author we had to get rid of, and we also were looking to take some of our existing information products, like how to do this with WordPress plugins, how to use these things with internet marketing, and put them into boxes and ship them from Amazon to see how the traffic worked out with that. Because I mean, think about this: is that you can have a physical book made using CreateSpace or using Lulu. We did a podcast on that. You can get physical DVD discs made using a service called Kunaki, and then you can put them into a box and have a big box of printed manuals and DVDs and things like that. And then you can buy what's called a UPC code, like a barcode, and after you buy that, you make copies of it, put it on these boxes, mail it to Amazon, and then even if you just send in 10 or 20, it sits in Amazon's warehouse and people can buy your physical copies of your courses. And once the orders come in, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to take a trip to the post office every single time an order comes in. You send 10 or 20 or 100 in Amazon's warehouse in their inventory, and the sales just come in. And so that's where we went down that path of looking into selling from Amazon's FBA program. And so our Dropship CEO course shows you how to do the scanning and how to do the private labeling. So 3 proven internet business models. The first one was Amazon FBA. The next is fixed term membership sites with a done for you upsell, and the final one is Facebook traffic. And so what I want to do to remind you is that we love it when you rate the show, and I want to mention you, and I really feel bad because I've been unable to read names. We used to tell you to like the fan page, and I don't know if either Facebook changed rules or maybe my fan page just became too big. We have over 15,000 fans now where I can't see the names anymore. So I have new instructions for you, and that's to go to robertplankshow.com/iTunes. robertplankshow.com/iTunes and rate the show. And you can rate it whatever you want. We prefer a 5-star rating, but you go to robertplankshow.com/iTunes, and then I'll be able to see your name. And please, if you can, rate the show using your real name. That way I can mention you on the show, on the podcast. So you go to robertplankshow.com/itunes, robertplankshow.com/iTunes. So you go there, and what's cool about that is it lists every single episode of ours, and then there's going to be a blue button on the left side that says View in iTunes. So robertplankshow.com/iTunes, click on View in iTunes, and you click on that and it will open up the actual iTunes program. So you go there, and then there's a tab that says Ratings and Reviews. You click on that, and then you click on Write a Review. So robertplankshow.com/iTunes, View in iTunes, Ratings and Reviews, Write a Review. And so I'm really happy that we had all these different people who've given us a rating, such as Mr. Ray Edwards, Tudor12345, Annette Bone, James Lara, Tiff1, Janae Smith, Kaplan Diego, Michael Sheen, Art Jackson, Eileen B, Attack Crow, Jim Galliano, Rick Robertson Van Horn, Doc Murdoch, Barry McKillop, Clark Faint, Steve Miller, Insight GM, Tyrone Ratcliffe, and B. Dempsey. So you notice that most people had a first and last name, but some of them only had a username. So if your username is DeathBeast99, that's all I'm going to have to go on. And actually, when I'm looking at it now, I can only see the names of people who reviewed the podcast. So be sure to give us a review. We love 5 stars, but then also type in even just love your show, great show, or anything you want, and we'll mention your name on the air for the Robert Plank Show. So back at it, fixed term membership sites. I couldn't get really complicated with this. Let's keep it simple. People in your niche, in your industry, have a problem. Problem is I can't hit the golf ball far enough, fast enough. The problem is I want to restore a classic car. The problem is I want to secure my WordPress blog. So whatever the problem is, whatever the desperate problem is, you cut it up into 4 milestones where someone gets something figured out every step along the way. So we have a fixed term membership site called Set Up a Fan Page. We show people how to get a Facebook fan page set up and getting traffic and all that good stuff. So what we could do is say, well, what I want everyone to have at the end of this complete course is to have a Facebook fan page set up, a bunch of Facebook fans, a bunch of content, a bunch of traffic. It's growing, it's getting clicks, it's making money. So we could split this up into 4 chunks of, well, maybe the final module will be how to monetize that fan page. The first module will be how to set up that fan page and get your first few fans. Maybe the second module will be how to get a bunch more fans. Maybe the third module will be how to add in content like videos and affiliate links and how to get all this extra visitor engagement. And the really cool thing about this is we use these tools called GoToWebinar and Camtasia Studio to show on our screen what we're doing and speak out, in audio format, and we just set up a real thing right in front of people. So if you're doing a membership course on webinars, on Facebook fan pages, on podcasting, we're not just talking about theory. We do have a few, PowerPoint slides just to explain what we're going to do, and then we just go ahead and do it. And we set up a real live membership site, webinar, fan page, podcast. We set it up right there in front of people. And then explain what it is we just set up. And make each of these 4 modules about 60 to 90 minutes with what's called a challenge at the end. So like an assignment checklist of about 4 quick, easy actions someone could take to follow in our footsteps. So what we do is and I'm getting a little ahead of myself, we decide what those 4 modules are going to be. We list them out in what's called a sales letter. So you can see what a sales letter looks like by going to podcastcrusher.com, setapafanpage.com, where we just list these 4 things in an exciting way, and then have a payment button so someone can pay us $297, $997, whatever we end up pricing it at, and we base that on what other competitors are pricing within the marketplace in that niche. And the first time around, maybe we'll have like a video or a bonus, but we'll say we have these sessions scheduled. And they're about a week apart, same day of the week, same time of day when we do that. And then we present this, and get through this next module, record it, put it in the members area. So what we end up with is this charter group of members, people who are completing the course live along with us, and people who are getting results and things like that. And then now that it's all recorded, well, now we have this members area we can sell over and over and over again. And then then we'll go back and package it all up and by the way, both times we do this thing called a pitch webinar, where we just have a 1-hour session where we demonstrate the best stuff in the class and focus more on the results, the possibilities, not necessarily how to do it, because that's what's inside the class. So we'll do those things, and then maybe every month or 2 or 3 months, we'll go back and make a week of it, and make a week of promoting this upcoming pitch webinar. Mail about it every day, get a bunch of people registered, present it live, get a bunch of people to show up, show what we have to show, and we'll do things like when we promote our Set Up a Fan Page course, then Lance will bring up this fan page we have of over 100,000 fans, post something, and get a bunch of likes, a bunch of clicks, a bunch of shares, and say, look at how much, there's like such a flood of traffic here compared to other places all around the internet. So we'll do what's called a dramatic demonstration and keep it to an hour or less, and then at the end pitch, hard sell this membership course we have. And I mean, when you mention things like membership sites, everyone thinks, okay, well, I need to think of something that I charge $20 a month, month after month, and those are the hardest things to sell, because, well, if like I'm almost pitching getting married, right? Because you have to join this thing for $20 a month, and you pay forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and I have to convince you that, well, a year from now you're going to be paying me $20 a month times 12 months, and on and on and on and on. And maybe you can say, well, don't worry, it's worth $20 a month because I keep piling in new stuff. And then I think, well, I don't want to have to sift through 200 videos. I just want my problem solved. And I think a lot of marketers are selfish, and they're not being customer centric enough in that these people have problems. They want the problem solved. So you could either say, I'm going to give you a site that's $20 a month, and we're going to teach about chess, and every month I'll give you one new article on chess. Every month I'll give you one new interview with a chess master. And I'm sure that sounds great to the person creating that product, because they have to put in a lot of work, and I'm sure that they're really passionate about it. But instead of that, how about you say, in 21 days from now, I want you to be able to, beat a person of this skill level in chess. I want you to be able to do this, this, and this, and this. That's way more exciting, because then if you say in 3 weeks from now, you'll have all these new skills, and even in the next hour, you'll have these new skills. You buy my course, you'll get the first module, go through that in 1 hour, boom, now you have picked up these new strategies. We have our membership course called membershipcube.com, and we show people how to get a site set up in 5 minutes, where everyone else takes all month to do it. We include these different plugins, like we have a drip plugin, a journaling plugin, an import plugin, a DVD, physical address collector plugin, all these things. And so, I don't want to fill in time. I want people to get their results. So we say, well, first, I want you to get the membership set up. Then I want you, in the next module, to be able to complete all your content in a single day. Then I want you to pull out a chunk and make what's called a free level to build a list of buyers. Then I want you to make a sales letter and market your site. So there are all of these logical milestones that I want people to go through. So instead of thinking in terms of, well, let me stall and let me add in 6 months, 12 months, 3 years of content, what can I get you to get to after 3 weeks, after 4 or 8 modules? What results do I want you to have? Not just knowledge you've accumulated, but actual tangible things like a site set up, webinars you've run, fan page in place, podcast online, whatever it is. So a fixed term membership site, which means that instead of taking in one payment, or instead of charging monthly forever and ever, we will do things like take 5 payments. So set up a fan page, you can get all the modules at once for $97, or 5 payments of $19.95. And so we sell these, complete courses. So it's not just a book, it's not just a CD, it's not a monthly interview site. It's I want you to get to this end point, and here are the modules you can go through and do it. And it has videos, and we get them transcribed and have these challenges, these assignments, and all of these. And people can either buy it all up front or get on a payment plan and pay it off over time. And then in a lot of these sites, we have what's called a done-for-you upsell. So we have our Membership Cube course at membershipcube.com, which includes membership software, membership add-ons, membership training. You log in, and there's an extra button to say, well, if you want to meet with us, here's our hourly coaching rate. And I think it's, well, I'm not even going to say like what it is on the call, but we change our rates sometimes. But you pay this amount of money, and then we will schedule 4 meetings. 1 hour per week for 4 weeks, and we build your business. Do whatever it is you want. You show us your site. If you have nothing, we walk you through the actual steps. But there's this high ticket done for you option. And so if you think about it, I mean, you can apply that to anything. If you have a course on how to set up an affiliate program, teach people how to do it, and if they need extra help, you're not leaving things out on purpose. You give them a whole complete system, but if they really want to get you one-on-one personally, you add in this done-for-you upsell. So a fixed-term membership site with a done-for-you upsell. You figure out what people want, where you want them to be, cut it up into 4 modules, pitch the heck out of it, present it live, package it up, pitch it again every couple months, and add in that done-for-you upsell. So Amazon FBA, fixed term membership site, and then Facebook traffic. So Facebook's kind of a weird thing. There was this long period of time where it was just college students, a long period of time where nobody wanted to spend any money there. But, the games kind of crept in, and people will buy all these credits in different games. And Facebook's advertising platform came out, and they've made it really easy to build up these things called fan pages, right? So you can go on Facebook, and let's just say you're a fan of the TV show 24. If you're a fan of CSI, then you can go to a fan page where it says, this is the fan page all about 24, click the like button, and now you're basically subscribed to that Facebook fan page. What's really cool is that there's not just one CSI fan page, not just one 24 fan page. You can make as many as you want. So Lance and I have like a Boston Red Sox fan page, a fan page about dogs, a fan page about cats, fan pages about different brands and things like that. And so you can make your own fan page even if one already exists. And so the cool thing about Facebook as well is that you can build a lot of cheap likes, and I'm talking about 2 cents, 1 cent, or fractions of a penny per fan of your page, just by running these ads and targeting people who have already liked similar pages. So here's what I mean is I have a fan page about guitar. And I don't post to it very often, but I might go and grab an affiliate link or grab like a cool video. And so I've created this fan page about guitars. And so I've run ads to Facebook users who have already clicked the like button on Ibanez guitars, on Gibson guitars, on the Guitar Store. Maybe not necessarily guitar musicians, because we don't know if someone likes, say, Jimi Hendrix. We don't know if they like guitars themselves or if they just like Jimi Hendrix. So but if someone likes the fan page for Gibson brand guitars, they know a heck of a lot about guitars enough to know what the brands are. They're a guitar buyer. And so with Facebook traffic, we can build that up. And this gets really exciting, well, in a couple different ways, because we can build a list that's not just an email subscriber list, build it fast, and we've dropped in different affiliate links. And so we've done things like picked up chose items in Amazon's affiliate program, and I think our best month was $15,000 in sales in Amazon in a month. We've done things like sell t-shirts. So there's a company that's really popular called Teespring, where you can make your own custom t-shirts, and if enough people commit to buying it, then it runs those hoodies and sweatshirts, things like that. What's really cool is we've even combined it at different times with Amazon FBA. So when we were making some of these sports teams fan pages, we ran into a lot of issues because, well, yeah, you can put some Amazon affiliate links in there, but as far as having a product for sale, it's really tough because, well, you can't make a bumper sticker or a T-shirt with football or basketball team name or even a player name or even some of these player sayings and phrases because they're all trademarked and they're very litigious about that. So that's out of the question. But what we could do is create wristbands for things that implied sports teams without getting too specific in what we did. And so what we could do was get these you've seen these, like the stretchy rubber wristbands made, get about 100 of them made for just a few pennies each, get them sent to us, and then make these sales of our own Amazon product listing and then mail them out as the orders come in or send them all to Amazon FBA. So there are a few ways of making money using those Facebook traffic methods, and we have some coaching clients who have offline businesses. So here's what's really cool is, let's say you were like a restaurant, pizza parlor, accountant, teacher, any place with an address. First of all, you should set up what's called a Google Places listing, and what you can do is in there, correct your address, put in directions, put in pictures of the inside and of the outside. And if you should also go and register yourself on Yelp.com, YELP.com, so if someone's looking for accountants or Italian restaurants or anything like that in their town, you show up in that search result as well. And you should do the same thing on Facebook. So you might not know this, but you can go on, say, Facebook and search in the term pizza, and it will list all the pizza parlors near you. You can search dentist on Facebook, and it will list the dentists near you, along with, if people checked in there, like by the location, if they rated that, if they have things to say. And so you can also target your competitors. So if you're a dentist's office, you can, and you see that anyone in a 50-mile radius, also other dentists have their own fan pages, and they do. If someone has liked a different dentist's fan page, well, then you can advertise to them. And I mean, heck, you could even do specials for, well, if you liked this certain dentist, we'll give you this amount of money off. Or we can even just say, like this fan page, and we'll give you these different, they'll give you this report, videos, jokes, things like that. So you can build a list on Facebook, not of email subscribers, but of Facebook fans. People on Facebook are trained to click that like button. They're trained to basically vote for the things that they're interested in. And so if you're a local business, then you can build up this fan base. And I mean, I've liked a bunch of restaurants in my town on Facebook because I want to know, what their new items are on the menu. I want to know if they're doing anything fun or anything cool or any kind of specials. I want to know about that stuff. And that's one more way to communicate with others that's not just from email. So Facebook traffic, pretty cool. I mean, the average Facebook user uses it at least 1 hour a day. Most of them are on constantly if they're at work on the iPhone app, and they all use it at least once a day. So you need to be there as well, whether you are a local business, an online business, and you can target your different brands, like target the brand for Camtasia, GoToWebinar, Aweber, GetResponse. Some ideas for you right there. Other marketers in your niche, book authors in your niche, celebrities in your niche. You target those competitors, and some of your ads pay off, some don't. But you build up this fan base, different fans, tens of thousands of fans, and then you can just post what it is you want to post. Videos, affiliate links, links to things like blog posts to get that extra traffic. So those were 3 proven internet business models that make money. Amazon FBA, and you can join our course on that by going to dropshipceo.com. That's dropshipceo.com. Fixed term membership site. So if you can find a hobby niche, like we talked about things like guitar, you choose the 4 milestones install our membership software, people are buying these kinds of how-to courses already. So it's up to you just to get in front of them. Pretty easy. Fixed term membership site. Join us at membershipcube.com, membershipcube.com to join that. And finally, Facebook traffic. No explanation needed. We just talked about that. You can build up a huge list on Facebook, and by using our training at setupafanpage.com, setupafanpage.com. Amazon FBA, fixed term membership sites, and Facebook traffic. So I really, really, really want you to rate the show on iTunes. Go to robertplankshow.com/iTunes. I'll mention you on air. And go to robertplank.com to leave a comment on today's show. I'm Robert Plank with 3 proven internet business models that make money. Talk to you soon. Bye now.